Welcome back. So what we're looking at right now is verbal models and basic graphing of inequalities that you might have when you've got, x is greater than 3, x is less than 3, or a compound inequality. I'm going to do two of these examples for you, and you can fill in the rest. The first one that we're going to look at here is this inequality that reads x is less than 3. And so when we look at a verbal translation, there's a lot of ways you could say it. I literally just read it. But what I'm more looking for is how would we describe this interval? So we'd say something like this: all numbers less than 3. Okay, so all the numbers less than 3. So x could be anything, so it's all numbers less than 3. When we're doing the graphs, we're going to do this in a very specific way. There's a couple of different ways to do this, but our goal for this section is to talk more about interval notation. And so when we draw our graphs, we want to draw them kind of as an interval, and you're going to see that there are some upsides and some downsides, but it's really pretty straightforward. In this case, what we're doing is, for the graph, I'm going to give my featured number here is going to be 3, and if I want all the numbers that are less than that, I'm going to put an arrow going this way. Now you notice right here, I used a parentheses for less than or greater than, and I'm going to use a bracket for less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay, so that's going to be our notation and our diagram model that we're going to use in this section. So when I jump down here to this third one, so this one, everything I leave from these set of boxes is going to be for you. In this third line here, I've given you the verbal translation. So the real number is between -4 and 0.5. And so let's fill in the inequality first. Actually, it might help you to do the graph first, but we'll do the inequality first. So if it's between -4 and 0.5, what goes in the middle here? This is what we call a compound inequality. And so -4 is less than our number, which is less than 0.5. Okay, and so when we go to draw our graph here, we're going to have two featured numbers. We'll have a -4, and we'll have a 0.5 here. We're going to give them each a little stem on our number line here. And because they are both less than signs and they don't have any equal to, we'll have something that looks a lot like this. So it's the real numbers between -4 and 0.5. Okay, and so as you go through to fill in these boxes, what I would like for you to do is this. We did an example of this one, compound inequality, describe it, graph it. For this one, work backwards from the verbal translation to do the inequality and also the graph. Down here in the gray boxes, what you're going to do is you are going to write a one-sided inequality. This is a one-sided inequality. In here, you're going to write a compound inequality, and you're going to fill out the boxes. So you are creating the problem and filling in the 3 boxes for it. You can't use the one that I used, though. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.